Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number 91. So I'm viewing the 879th episode of the anime, To the Levee. Straw Hat's sworn allies come together. Yes, and I checked online, this officially is the second episode of season 20. 19 is done. 95 episodes, which makes it the second longest season of the entire series. Yep, the second longest behind Dressrosa, which was 2 seasons back. And speaking of Dressrosa, the people from Dressrosa actually in this episode. Now, as for present day Straw Hat crew, they appear a little bit. See, appear in a little bit beginning and pretty much toward the end of the episode. Yeah, basically Luffy's crying over it, thinking that his bounty decreased. And they look at it later, oh, bounty didn't increase at all. It actually increased. Went to 1.5 billion berries. And that's the last you see of them. Of course, they looks like from scenes from next week, it looks like they are going to loosely appear in the next episode. Maybe some filler stuff, possibly. But the main chunk of this episode is basically sort of a recap of the first few episodes of the first season of the series. Yeah, for the Romance arc. Yeah, because we have it where the Dressrosa ship, and everybody's getting like everybody's reaction to, well, Luffy being the paper. I mean, you see Shanks, Kaido, Big Mom, and of course Blackbeard, his first actual post time skip appearance, and he has his line of, "Man, you're not ready for that yet." Like saying he like the whole thing with Fifth Emperor. It was actually the economic newspaper actually proclaimed that. Yep. And we see Rebecca, and her title is Lady in Waiting. Basically, she's second in line for the throne. Her father appears in the episode for one scene, interacts with somebody, which making his first appearance in the actual series itself post time skip. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, but we see the Taitori crew core, and we see that the princess of the Taru, is hanging out on her shoulder the whole time, on Rebecca's shoulder the whole time. See Viola's basically her reaction. Yeah, she already knows about it, but yeah. But at least that, King Rado III and King Elizabeth though, they're actually quite surprised about what's happening. Oh yeah, there's also a scene of Big Mom being upset, but with the character Morgans, the bird publisher who publishes this newspaper anyways. Yeah, publishing what happens like Luffy won. It's still unknown what happened to the Sun Pirates and the Germa. It's completely unknown what happened to them. Yeah, it's possible Big Mom may have killed them, but it's never confirmed. Yeah, and it's a big mystery on exactly what happened to them. And then we see that the ship is about to be attacked. We also see Amos Sendoku in his second post-time skip appearance. And he's just basically getting a report that all the ships were basically running there, coming to review, no problem. Though some ships were stopped basically prior to attacking. That's thanks in part to a character who makes his epic return, which I'll get to in a minute. Yep, and he just, well, he gets like, oh yeah, this princess was kidnapped, and of course, and we have Kobe making his first time he's actually appeared. Now, technically, this guy has appeared post time skip in an OVA. Yes, he appeared in OVA, like one OVA that I don't know if it's considered to be canon or not. Yeah, it's where Luffy and the crew fight this other guy, this other small town. Yeah, and it's sort of basically kind of like a movie per se. That was technically his first post time skip appearance, but in terms of canon, this is technically his first time skip appearance. There's also reference to the episode Trafalgar Law. Yeah, the whole thing, Rocky Point. And of course, when Rebecca sees we also see him and Heppo make his first time skip appearance, and they slice up the ship, and of course they take out the pirates hostage, and they rescue the princess that was kidnapped. And of course, Rebecca's father appears in the episode and sees how strong he is, and he's probably thinking, this guy might be a good future son-in-law for me. That's what he's probably thinking. Yeah, I mean, there is one thing in particular that his daughter and And Kobe have a comment. They both got pink hair. Yeah. He's like, very strong guy, not a pirate. Might be interesting for a future son-in-law. Of course, and Rebecca's like, hey, I want to chat with you about of course, she calls Luffy Lucy because that was an alias that he assumed. And of course, the head of the Terror Corps, Leo, so calls him Luffy Land. Yep, and in this episode, because like last week we had sort of basically because this year is the 20th anniversary of the anime, let's have use some stock footage. Yes, and this stock footage they recap the first arc of the anime, like Luffy meeting Kobe and rescuing Zoro when he was captive during the first arc of the series. Yeah, the first arc took up. Let's see, it was before Buggy showed up. Let's see. I think it covered the first, loosely recapped the first. Let's see if I can get to the actual season itself. Here we go. So it kind of recaps the first like couple episodes of the series, like 2 or 3 episodes. So yeah, in just the past 2 episodes, it recapped the first like 2 episodes. Yeah, and this episode recapped the first 2 episodes of the anime, and in the case of the previous episode, it loosely had the flashback from episode 4. So loosely kind of using stock footage because why the heck not? And I have heard there's going to be another OVA coming out soon for this particular series. Of course, along with the film coming out later this year, which I'm looking forward to seeing in theater, just like how I saw the My Hero Academia movie in theaters last year and seeing the Dragon Ball Super Broly film this past January. Yeah, and this overall really good episode. I like the images they showed in here, where they show characters who's gonna appear in Revere. Like they show a few new images here and there. Like they show like characters who appear in this episode, but I like last week where they show stuff happening later on in this arc. This one basically kind of shows characters in this episode, probably later episodes, but yeah. All I know is this arc is gonna be really good. But as for what this episode adapts, pages 5 and 8 through 17. I'm like, really? You're not gonna adapt next episode? Nope. Yeah, but this overall good episode, good advance to the plot, and I do now this arc of the manga. I remember reading about last year. This was a damn good arc. It's just too bad it got cut off because probably the best thing about this arc was seeing these 3 royal families from Dressrosa, Alabasta, and Fishman Island all interacting and having the 3 princesses from these 3 arcs become best friends, which I thought was the biggest highlight of the whole thing, which I'm looking forward to seeing in the anime. But yeah, it's so good they finally got past Whole Cake after being stuck in that particular arc for 2 years. Yes, for 2 years they stuck in Whole Cake. And now we're finally past Whole Cake. Now we're in Revere. I don't think this arc is going to last very long. But next week looks like it's going to be a debut of the Revolutionary Commanders. Yep. Which I'm looking forward to that. But I keep wondering though, will would Kobe ever meet Sabo, Luffy's brother? I wonder that too. Sabo has met a good chunk of Luffy's crew already, except he didn't meet Nami, Sanji, Brook, and Chopper. He met basically half the crew. Kobe only met he met most of the crew, pretty much all the crew, like when he last saw them. Now Luffy has seen the last time that Kobe had last appeared in the series was actually during the post-war arc. That was the last time he physically appeared with Heppo. Yeah. Of course, prior to that, his last appearance was in post-Eros Lobby, which was the introduction of Luffy's gigantic grandfather. Monkey D. Garp. Yep. But the recap in here is very loose. Unlike last week where he got like a good chunk. This one's like Luffy and Saba have brief interaction. We don't see Luffy punch Alvida. Yeah, I was so surprised to see Alvida like this because it had been such a long time since I've seen the episodes of season 1. Like, oh my gosh, it's been like almost 2 years since I've seen what Alvida used to look like, where she was an overweight woman. This is before she got her diaper, which really trimmed her down, to make her a smoking hot woman. Hmm. Yep. Oh yeah, and now I should point out that in the sub, they refer to this matter of fact in the ship as a marine. As a matter of fact, in the dub, when Kobe first asked to join the soldiers, he said he wanted to become a marine. In the sub, it's the Navy. Pretty much the same thing. Not much really much difference there, but yeah, it's kind of an odd thing to do that, but yeah. And apparently Kobe's famous. Yep. And who knows what's gonna happen next? Yep. I'm definitely looking forward to next episode. Especially since there's one image of a woman. I'm not sure. I think this is one of Liverpool Squares, or at least a woman from this town, who basically bumps into one of the realistic commanders who's a woman, and she's got her shirt open. She basically falls into her chest. Yep. Which I'm looking forward to seeing that next week. Okay. But yeah, that's it for this particular review. I have roughly 2 more videos coming for today, if I get a chance to, because I'm going to work in a couple hours. Yeah, but my next video I'm going to do later will be review the newest episode, Dragon Ball Super, and possibly when I get a chance to, if I get a chance to watch it, Boruto. If not, I'll do a review for tomorrow, okay? But do see you next review. Bye.